listening to, I say you are listening to, you are absolutely listening to the George Espinlove Show, coming to you live from the Funny Farm. Now, with no further ado, here comes Georgie!
You are so kind, and you give me goosebumps. I'm telling you, I get that warm, fuzzy feeling inside every time you guys and gals do that. We welcome our friends down the street, around the corner, across this great nation, and around the world to another George Espinlove Show. And we come to you live Monday through Friday from right here on the Funny Farm in a place called Our World. We have no mailbox. We have no specific mailing address, but you can send us email because we have modern technology in our world. George C.E., that's George C.E. at Comcast.net, George C.E. at Comcast.net. And we thank you for the emails we've been receiving, and we thank you for those that are going to send some, and we'll get them back to you just as quick as we can. I sure hope you brought your dancing shoes, or you came barefooted. It doesn't matter as long as you're here. This is what I want you to do. Of course, everyone here in the studio, they didn't even put the chairs out tonight. They just left the chairs stacked up over there in the back room, and we've got all this space to dance. So you can keep your shoes on, kick your shoes off. It doesn't much matter around here, but you can get your groove on because we're going to have us a good time tonight. Now, you that are at home or out in the yard or someplace, just depending on what time zone you live in, I want you to kick everything out of the way and let your hair down and express yourself. And as I say so many times, don't worry what people says. Don't worry what they think. Just express yourself and find yourself and have a good time. We have a young lady that's going to sing, going to talk to us. We're going to play her music, and we're just going to have a good time tonight right here on the George Espinlove Show. So, as Charlie always says, with no further ado, I want to welcome to our show Alexes Aiken. Alexes, welcome to the George Espinlove Show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. So you're way down there in New Orleans.
Yes, we are, with all of our heat and humidity and Mardi Gras and all that sorts of stuff.
All right. You have led quite a life in 17 years.
Oh, I definitely have. I'm very, very, very lucky and blessed to have the life that I do. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, that's for sure.
Have you felt like you're moving faster than a speeding bullet?
Actually, yes, I have. I mean, you have to take success in very, very small, doses, but, everything has been, great. We just came back from Nashville, where we participated in the Nashville Songwriters Festival, and we played at a bunch of local events, like a bunch of local places around downtown. We played at the Commodore Grill on Monday night. So that was actually a really fun experience, and it's overall been a great, great experience. And we I actually just did a interview with this other TV. It's a TV station that's just starting. It's called Nashville Rocks. So it's the guy, Mr. Jason. He's the owner of that, and he asked me to come do an interview with him. So I'm just, getting all around, which is great. And it was on the Shelby Street Bridge, which, has a great view of downtown Nashville. overall, it was a great trip, and I'm definitely excited for some new opportunities that are coming up, and a new album and things like that.
It's incredible. It's just incredible. I listen to you talk, I hear your passion, and I think, wow, if I was 17 years old again, I'd probably do things different. I think. I'm not sure. But when you're not singing, which you're singing, that I guess I shouldn't say that. No, I have to say that in order to say this. When you're not singing, you go to school or you graduated. What do you do?
I'm going to be a senior over at De La Salle High School, which is a local high school down here in New Orleans. It's right on St. Charles Avenue, which is like the main uptown street up here. And, but I do have a really, really close group of friends, and hang out with my family, and my little cousin Allie. She's definitely my number one supporter down here, and she's in high school, and and I'm basically, when I'm not singing, I feel like a normal teenage girl, but I'm just, I just wasn't grown up to be that way. With a family like mine, my mom's a nurse attorney as well as an author of children's books and up and coming inventor, and she songwrites with me as well. And then I have my dad, which is also in the medical field. He's a ER doctor for University Hospital, which is a trauma center down here. And really, it's just filled with, lots of traveling down here and traveling all over with my family and songwriting. And we actually I do a lot of my songwriting out in, we have this lake house out in Poplarville, Mississippi. So, and that's definitely my safe haven out there. It's just, it's very, very peaceful, and it's nice to get away from the city every once in a while. But I play keyboard, and I'm learning how to play guitar right now. And we actually, in terms of like pets and things like that, I have we take care of our Katrina cats. That's what we call them down here. It's all these stray cats that are, that were basically abandoned after Hurricane Katrina in 2005. So we take care of those, and we've been taking care of those ever since. So we have about 8 to 10, which is insane, and they all, live in our backyard, but, we've got the neighbors all on board, which is nice, and they're all fixed and stuff like that. But, I'm definitely in a great environment down here. It's full of culture, and it's actually where I found my band members down here, too. It's just started at the band with my cousin, actually my other cousin, which is the other guitar player. And his name is John, and my other cousin's name is Kyle. And then we have Will, who's the bass player, and Dave, and they're all native New Orleanians. So it's, like I said, I'm in a great environment to be able to practice, and definitely hone in on my skills. And it's a great place to get out there, especially at a young age, and just show people what I can do and just grow from here. So it's, New Orleans, I wouldn't trade anything in the world. It's been amazing to live in New Orleans, and, it's a very family-oriented and very culture-oriented, which is what I'm all about.
What do you guys do in your spare time?
Well, do songwrite, like I say all the time, and we have our own like family get-togethers. That's the main thing that I do. When I'm have spare time, I love to hang out with my family and friends, just because I do travel a lot with my music, and sometimes I do sacrifice those homecoming dances or those football games and things like that to do, to pursue my career and things like that. But in my spare time, we have our crawfish boils down here, since we are like one of the capitals of the nation with seafood, and we have like crawfish boils, and we go into the French Quarter all the time. We live like 10 minutes away from the French Quarter, which is great. And we celebrate all of our events. Like my brother's birthday is tomorrow, so we're celebrating that by going to the Quarter, and it's just, we travel all the time, and I play guitar with my dad sometimes. My dad's been a guitar player for at least 20 years, which is amazing. And I look up to him for that all the time. And, we love movies, and, I mean, we're just, other than our music, we're just like a typical family. We watch movies, we go to the park, my dad and I exercise together. I mean, we're a normal family outside the music realm.
It's great to hear you talk about your family. It is. It really is. I look around, and I've been 3/4 of the way around this world, and I don't know exactly when it hit me. I'm a little thick-headed, so some of the lessons in life it took me a little longer to get than some people. But somewhere along the way, it dawned on me that there is nothing any more important than family and friends.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And that's definitely what I try to keep myself around. The family to me it's always been the most important thing. Whether it's, I would sacrifice my music and all other things, if it came in terms of my family. I mean, my family's always been most important. And, that's what my parents have always taught me to do, is live a really balanced lifestyle. And family has always been, that one triangle in my lifestyle that has never changed. It's been the rock. And it's the rock and every support system of every singer, every musician, every actress. And I wish other musicians would focus a little bit more on that, just because, they would find out and keep their roots, which is, what I definitely try to keep.
We've raised 4 kids. They're all grown up. We have 11 grandkids, and they range anywhere from age 23 all the way down to 18 months.
Wow, that's great.
And we are tight, and we have found out, the kids have found out, everyone in the family has found out, that when the smoke clears and the dust settles and you look around, it's family that's still standing with you, right?
Absolutely. And, in terms of family, I mean, both my grandfathers were actually inspirations behind my project, my CD. My grandpa on my mom's side, my maternal grandfather, was the inspiration behind the majority of the project. I actually wrote a song about him, Note on the Mirror, and he was a singer also, and but he was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, and the radiation completely wiped out his vocal cords. So I took that to be my inspiration to carry out his dream and my dream. And in terms of my paternal grandfather, who was actually a World War II veteran, we did a remake of Boots Are Made for Walking by Nancy Sinatra, and what I didn't know about that song was that it was actually written for Vietnam vets. Mm-hmm. So I took that and I made it, I took my grandfather, who was in the war, since, war veterans are so, so important to me. And we actually dedicated that whole tracking session, everything involved in Boots, the remake, to vets. To the vets and things like that, which is why we actually, I partnered up with the National Military Family Association, and it donates, the percentage of the proceeds made from that song will actually be given to those families that are in need, of fallen, wounded, or deployed soldiers that are out there, to help them with education, financial needs, and hospital bills, or whatever is in need for those families. And I'm so honored to be able to be partnered with this amazing association. And I really, really hope that people do take advantage in buying this CD, because I want to do whatever is possible to help these families, since, family and war is definitely, war vets are definitely very, very close to me and my family.
And our listeners know, those that have been hanging with me, excuse me, on this show, we laugh, we cry, and listening to you talking about the vets, I get all teary-eyed, I get choked up, so if I fade away on you, you'll have to forgive me. That's my heroes, the men and women in uniform.
Absolutely.
And I always promised myself, when I came back from Vietnam, I always promised myself that I would always be respectful of every veteran. I had a whole new outlook on those that served in the Second World War, Korea, and the whole 9 yards. And when I hear you talk about the men and women in uniform, I can't help but just get all teary-eyed and choked up, and it's all that other stuff that goes on. But thank you. Thank you so very, very much for what you're doing for all the veterans.
Oh, well, thank you, and thank you for your services too. There's been a lot more support in the past, years and decades, but not many people realize the sacrifices that vets have made and their families. That I know many of my even my high school friends whose mothers and fathers are deployed and haven't seen them in months or maybe even years. And I always feel so bad because they go Christmases without seeing their families and their birthdays and all these family events that we take for granted here, and we take for granted just as we see Christmas as just full of presents, but military families especially have a whole new outlook on events and holidays just because it's one day that they have to go either without seeing a family member or, one that has fallen, in the lines of duty. They see it as either a sad time or, a time where they can't wait to, have their family members or friends come back or their loved ones. So, thank you for your services because, without you guys, we definitely would not have the freedoms and not be able to enjoy half the things that we could today. So thank you so much.
I think there's not any more appropriate time than right now to play that song, Note on the Mirror.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends, Romans, countrymen, and anyone else that'll listen to me. Note on the Mirror.
Old blue jeans, those rings held all their hopes and dreams. Her smile shined like the starlit sky when she found the note that said, to my new bride, if you find my tear in the ocean blue, that's the day loving you. The best things come to those who wait. Impatiently I stand here waiting to see that smile on your face. Tears fall like a rolling stone. I knew I'd never be alone when I saw the love spill right off the page. In the note on the mirror, I still remember that old rocking chair. Your guitar strings built my musical love affair. Your notes connected to my soul. Changed my life more than you'll ever know. Mama knows you'd be so proud, living our dream. Wish you could see me now. The best things come to those who wait. answer those who wait. Impatiently, I stand here waiting to see that smile on your face. Tears fall like a rolling stone. I knew I'd never be alone when the world has more than I can take. I can still hear you say, there's a note on the
That, ladies and gentlemen, was Alexes Aiken, Note on the Mirror. That was pretty.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Tell us where we can get your CD.
Absolutely. It's all on iTunes, it's on Amazon, and on CD Baby, which is a new website where they sell, the hard copy CDs as well as downloads. And you can find, I have, of course, the 2 remakes, which is Boots Are Made for Walking and I Want It All by Queen. We did a country version of that song. And then I have my 4 originals, which, of course, Note on the Mirror, which you heard. And then I had Country Boy, which I actually got to write with my mom, which was, a very, very cool experience. And, Wake Up and See Reality is like that pop song. It's, for those, those people that like the pop genre. And then I have Best in Me, which is like that very, very calm love song, which is, I definitely really wanted to have one of those on the CD because everybody has that one person that, they definitely love. And I did that as a co-write with a Belmont student in Nashville, Tennessee. His name is Meg Woolery. So, and then finally at the end of the CD, we have some electronica mixes of those 2 remakes. So all the electronica listeners out there, it's definitely a dance club style, and it was a great experience to be able to see that, how it was made. Matt Troja did the work on that, and it's definitely a different twist on a song that we hear all the time. So really excited about that. And in terms of Best in Me, which is that love song, that was actually the song we did my first music video to, so you could see that on YouTube. And just Best in Me by Alexes Aiken. And, it's all on iTunes and Amazon and cdbaby.com.
That's great. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Alexes Aiken from New Orleans. Am I saying New Orleans right?
Yes, sir, you are. There's actually a lot of people that they try to do the whole Nolans thing, but it's New Orleans, and, you definitely got it down.
It just kind of runs together, yeah. So
right, absolutely.
But I must warn you, I have been noted. In fact, I am very famous for tearing up the English language. So if I get things twisted and turned around and sentence structure's not quite right, just ignore me. I'll somewhere I'll come back around the bend. I'll be all right again. So that's just how I roll. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, no problem.
Your website. Give us your website.
Absolutely. It's alexesaiken.com, ALEXES, AIKEN.com. And you guys, they can also find me on Twitter and on Facebook. I just got a Twitter up, so I'm really excited about that. And also ReverbNation.com. You can find all my music. You can find my video on there and new events. In terms of new events, I actually, this morning, I was informed that out of 1,600 submissions, I was chosen as a finalist to perform at the Gulf Coast Jam, which is, it's like a big country concert down in Panama City Beach, Florida. It's the weekend of September 26th through the 28th, and I would love some support. So there's a link that I have on Facebook and on my website and all over my social media pages as a vote for those. And it's under the GulfCoastJam.com. And if they can go down to the Get Involved page and vote for me, they can vote every day, and voting ends at June 11th, and it's a chance to perform at the Gulf Coast Jam, and I would die to be able to perform at that. So any support, any votes would definitely be appreciated.
So that's GulfCoastJam.com.
Yes, it is. And you have the headliners. You got like Trace Adkins is on there. Toby Keith is playing, and Brantley Gilbert. And they have some newcomers like Kit Moore and the Eli Young Band. So I would be completely honored to be one of the 9 finalists to be able to, perform at this festival. So it's GulfCoastJam.com. And if you go underneath the Get Involved page, you'll see Reverb Nation. You'll see like Reverb Nation fan vote, and I should be in the middle to the bottom of the page. So, 1 vote a day, and every day counts. So I'm definitely would love some support.
All right, boys and girls, you heard it. Now we've got to go to GulfCoastJam.com and vote every day. That's your homework assignment. So anybody out there didn't get it, raise your hand. All right, everybody got it. Everybody got it. So we're going to go to GulfCoastJam.com, and we're going to vote. 1 vote a day. All right. That's cool.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I just found out about it this morning, so I'm so excited to, even be a part of the semifinalists to get in this. So I'm definitely blessed and definitely looking for some, definitely support.
Did I read somewhere that you and some members of your family sing gospel too?
We actually do. I'm in back home, I'm in a church group. It actually just started out, and, in the church, we sing at Visitation of Our Lady Church, which is on the West Bank. And it's called Soul Spirit, and we actually have a fundraiser concert this Saturday. So we took, instead of doing gospel music, we're going to be doing a little bit of a mix. We'll do some gospel, and then we have some very contemporary songs. Like I know I'm doing some off my album, and you have like rock and roll, you have pop. It's the members all have a different love for different music, so we're just doing a big collaboration of all kinds of music. So, and the fundraiser is actually to raise money to help pay for a new building that was just added to the church. So, the church community definitely offers a lot of support too. So, I always love to give back to the community.
I noticed that you're involved in quite a few things right there in the community. And again, I just want to commend you because I just think I'm flabbergasted. I mean, I spend a lot of time around young people. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. I see a lot of kids from fragmented homes.
Right.
I mean, they're more than broke. They are, they've been demolished.
Right. No, absolutely.
And they have no hope. They have no oomph. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
And when I listen to you, and I think, boy, if I could just take some of this young lady and put it in a bottle and take it out to some of these kids and just sprinkle a little bit on each one of them and then watch them pop up and come alive, that would be so good. But Alexes, you are a princess, and I mean that. I mean that with all my heart. And don't ever change.
I know that's something that my family has definitely brought me up on, is being very, very humble. So I definitely thank you so much for that. And it's definitely different for many kids to see me doing what I'm doing, just because they don't get to have that family support, and they don't have that support system, period, just to be able to be able to pursue their dreams. And that's what I strive to be, and that's what I want to use the popularity from my music, is to be an inspiration to other youth, and just to give them that push to, no matter what obstacles are in their way, to go out whatever happens and to pursue their dreams. And that was the inspiration behind that song, I Want It All, by Queen. And what many people didn't know about that song is actually a youth anthem, because a lot of people couldn't hear the words because it's I Want It All for rock and roll.
Well, I wonder why, yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I redid that song. It's a song, and the whole entire motivation behind that song is to go out there, just no matter what anybody says, no matter what happens, no matter who tries to tear you down, just go out there and pursue your dreams, because you never know what's going to happen. And you never know the other opportunities that you may be able to open up for yourself. So, and that's always been a motivation of mine, is being inspiration for others. And I hope, with this album and the next, oncoming albums, which is what I'm working on right now, I can gain the popularity so I can use that, to fund these to help support these charities and help support my motivation to help, other youth members and things like that. And that's my main drive. That's what's keeping me going throughout the whole music career, is that one day I will be able, successfully enough and financial enough, to go out and do what I really want to do, is all this, philanthropic work. And that's exactly what I want to accomplish throughout my music career, is to start, one of my main motivations for doing music is to be able to gain the support and the popularity for no-kill shelters. Abused animals are they're such a horrible thing, and it's a horrible thing to see, stray animals out on the street, and the euthanasia, the euthanasia of so many of these animals. And just one day I want to be able to mainstream support all these no-kill shelters, and like no strays on the street and things like that, and lots of adoptions. And it's just it's small things like that's really just driving me into my music career. And one day, throughout all my accomplishments, whether it's CMA awards or whatever it is, the main goal and the main satisfaction that I'll get throughout my whole entire music career is being able to help those that can't really help themselves. So I'm just real excited to get on board and, start that journey really, really soon.
Can we play that song, I Want It All?
Yes, absolutely. That'd be great.
Ladies and gentlemen, I Want It All. Alexes Aiken.
Adventure seeker on an empty street, just an alley creeper, out on his feet. A young fire screaming, no time for doubt. With the pain and anger, can't see a way out. And in that I'm asking, I heard him say, gotta find me a future, move out of my way. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it now. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. Listen, all you people, come gather around. I gotta give me a game plan. Gotta shake it to the ground. Just give me what I know is mine. People, do you hear me? Just give me a sign. In much I'm asking, if you want the truth, here's to the future, for the dreams of youth. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it now. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it now. I mean, like a one-track mind, so much to do in one lifetime. Not a girl for compromise and wears and whys and living life, so I'm living it all. I'm giving it all. I it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it now. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it
You know, Alexis, it's funny that you mentioned that that we can understand the words, because when I first listened to that, whenever it was, days ago, I thought, oh, that's what it says. Because, the other version, it was, I guess, and I'm just talking about me, it was more the thump and the beat and you know, along that line rather than what the words were. But after all these years, I finally find out what they're saying. That's cool.
Yeah, same for us here too. When my producer at the, for this CD, Jonelle Polanski, told us about doing the song, I was like, I've never even heard that song before. I don't know what you're talking about. And she finally gave us like lyric sheets, and we listened to the music. I'm like, huh, that's what that song says.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It definitely is.
Tell me what it's like to sing at the Country Music Hall of Fame and the Nashville Palace.
That was actually a really, really humbling experience. Just being at the Country Music Hall of Fame itself is just being, it's like I said, very, very humbling to stand, in the presence of even just the statues of these people, which, of course, is what I'm hoping for, one day down along the line. Mm-hmm. But I was actually performing for the TCGMA Awards, which is the Tennessee Country and Gospel Music Association. And that was one of the awards where I won Entertainer of the Year for my age category for traditional country, and Songwriter and Co-Songwriter of the Year for Best in Me, and Note on the Mirror. So I was, very, very humbled to sing there. And the Nashville Palace, when we sang on the big stage, it was a very, very easy going. Like, it wasn't planned or anything, One of the show producers at that time, he asked the band that was playing up there if I could just jump on right in, and I did, which was great. And these musicians, of course, are so amazing, where they could just pick up anything, any key, any song, and it was great. It was literally one of the most exciting experiences that I've had in a long, long time. And when we actually performed this weekend at the National Palace again. And actually that same day I met Crystal Gale. We had a meeting with Crystal Gale, which was actually so much fun. That's Loretta Lynn's sister. Mm-hmm. And she was a hoot. She was amazing. Her hit song was Don't Make My Brown Eyes Blue. And Don't Make My Brown Eyes Blue. And that's, my mom and my aunt who came with us, they grew up to that song. And of course, they were fangirling when they saw her, which was so funny. But she still has, the long, beautiful hair that goes down to her ankles, and she's still as talented as ever. And she's such a sweetheart. So, I'm definitely hoping to, have more meetings with her and getting to know her a lot better. And like I said, she's a total sweetheart, and definitely deserves all the accomplishments that she has had so far. And, it was a very, very cool experience, and being in Nashville is always a blast.
How do you keep your nerves under control?
Definitely family. Family is definitely, they're the backbone that keeps my feet in the ground. They're definitely the one thing that I know that's, they keep me centered, and they make me realize that, I'm another person like everybody else. And they definitely keep my head out of the clouds. And that's actually one of the reasons why I wrote Wake Up and See Reality. Because, there's, like I said, there's a lot of teens and kids that you've probably seen too that, they get their heads into the wrong business, or they have, they think highly of themselves and all this and this and that. And, and family, like I said, is the one thing that keeps me centered. So, they definitely keep my feet on the ground. They keep me very, very centered, along with my friends, too. I mean, my friends, I have learned to surround myself with the best people possible, and I'm very, very blessed there in my life and hope they stay in my life for many, many years to come.
I've seen, and not only kids, but I've seen adults that they think they're everything in a bag of chips, too,
Absolutely. Yep, they're all over, unfortunately, but hopefully they'll hear a song like this and get centered, get back on the right track.
When you was talking about meeting people, I find this incredible. I have had the opportunity to speak and to meet people from every walk of life. Right. We've had people on here. We've had ministers and doctors and lawyers and people that served in Ronald Reagan's White House, and musicians and singers and songwriters and scientists. I mean, the list goes on. And we have interviewed people, musicians and singers and songwriters. Cliff Stevens, who was in Morocco doing a winter gig. He's originally from Canada. He was in Morocco doing a winter gig, and we spoke to him from Morocco. Marva, a young lady that we just had on last week or so from down under. We've talked to people from Italy, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. And I'm always amazed of how incredible and down to earth, and just like the nice neighbor next door. And I find the majority of people like that, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's nice to, it's great that there are many, many more people that have been able to keep themselves centered, regardless of the people around them. And it's just, it's people like that definitely make our world so much better.
How about if we play Wake Up and See Reality?
Absolutely. That'd be great.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, another by Alexes Aiken. Wake Up and See Reality. That's what my wife's been telling me for 45 years.
You walk into class thinking you're all that you're not. You brag about the clothes, the car, and all the stuff you got. You've had more boyfriends than the number of seats on a Greyhound bus. Even with all that, you can't stand the fact that you're just like us. Someday you're gonna fly, the imaginary world you made up in your mind will all come crashing down. But I'm so perfect and pretty attitude, you need to cut it out before it's the end of you. You're not the one the world revolves around. Your head's been stuck in the clouds, thinking the whole world's gonna wait on you. When will you finally see who you can be? Wake up and see reality. La 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 la. Yeah, la 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 la. When you look in the mirror, who's looking back at you? Your head and your heart might be split in two. Have you ever thought about the person you'd like to be? But Someday you're gonna find the imaginary world you made up in your mind will all come crashing down. And the I'm so perfect, it's pretty attitude, you need to cut it out before it's the end of you. You're not the one the world revolves around. Your head's been stuck in the clouds, thinking the whole world's gonna wait on you. When will you finally see who you can be? We all have tears and dreams and fears, and we always think we're right. Our battle scars show who we are. Who are you tonight? Someday you're gonna find the imaginary world you made up in your mind will all come crashing down. And I'm so perfect, it's pretty attitude, you need to cut it out before it's the end of you. You're not the one the world revolves around. Your head's been stuck in the clouds, thinking the whole world's gonna wait on you. Your head's been stuck in the clouds, thinking the whole world's gonna wait on you. When will you finally see who you can be? Wake up and see reality. La 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 la. Yeah. La 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 la.
Alexis, tell me something, and I ask most of the time I ask the musicians and singers and songwriters this, but I've asked other people, what do you think of this modern day technology we have?
Absolutely, social media. It's increasing like as the years go on, and it's the main backbone behind a lot of musicians and songwriters and actresses. It's the thing I do love about it is that you get kind of a one-on-one experience with the celebrity, no matter who it is, from all over the world. With the average person, and you get to really see who they are about, and what they stand for and things like that. Like especially Twitter. I was never into Twitter until I became a musician. But I mean, now that I am, I really do enjoy it because I get to I follow people like Miranda and Reba and things like that, and you really get to see who they are and what they post, just you get to see what they stand for, and that's what that's the reason I joined Twitter, because I wanted the followers to see what I stand for and who I really am, and as a person. So and all the quirky things that I put on there and stuff like that. So, but definitely social media is definitely the growing technology of this age, and I think it will be for the next couple decades.
How about as far as promoting your music? You find technology a big help?
Oh, absolutely. There's especially through iTunes, which is definitely it's social media for music basically, and Reverb Nation has come up, which is great for independent artists, and that's that, and Facebook. Facebook is now doing you can put your music on there on your like pages, and Twitter is now you can make direct links to your iTunes and Amazon pages, and MySpace. Even though it's it's from a couple years back, it still keeps people up to date and things like that.
And I've mentioned this many times, I haven't played any mainstream music on our show for, I guess only God knows, because I sure can't remember. But we get all of our music that we play, Reverb Nation, downmusicalley.com, and I think that's where I found your song, Note on the Mirror, at musicalley.com, and then I just went from there to there to there to there till finally, I found you. I mean, I found your webpage. But our philosophy around here is that there are some real gems out there that need to be lifted up and the spotlight put on them for the world to see and to hear. Because this whole thing isn't all the names that's in the big lights. There are people like yourself and others out there that sing, that write. They do all these neat things, and they're contributing to society. And so our goal here, our mission here, is to lift those people up so other people can see them. And that's our goal. That's our purpose. And that's what we want. We'll do our small part, because I found out a long time ago I'm but a microscopic speck on this planet. But if this little microscopic speck can do something to shine or to make another microscopic speck shine, see, I'm getting twisted, then I'll do what we have to do in order to make them shine. So that's our goal. It makes us feel warm and fuzzy on the inside.
Oh, well, we definitely appreciate your help, all of us. We definitely appreciate independent supporters like you guys. And, we're so blessed to have people like you who definitely, realize the talent that we all do have and, and try to promote us. So we all do. Thank you.
We, if you had, and I know we've touched on it, but if you had one thing to tell young people out there, especially the young people that's kind of lost hope or just they don't fit, they're the outside kids, they're the kids that they feel like they don't fit in, and unfortunately there's other kids that makes them feel that way. But those I call them the underdogs. If you had one main thing and you had a group of them or one of them in front of you, what would you tell them?
Definitely have a positive attitude, and and as cheesy as it sounds, have self-confidence in yourself. Because when I was starting out, I saw all these big names and things like that, and I just looked at it and I'm like, I really don't know if I could do that. I don't think that I'm that great. But I mean, after I started really having self-confidence and this positive attitude that I really can do this. And again, as cheesy as it sounds, you just really do have to follow what your passion and what your heart says, because it might take you years and years and years, and it might take you those small steps of success every step of the way, but it all adds up. And it does, even if you don't get to that big goal, you still have this sense of achievement, like, wow, I really can do something. If I really do stick and put my mind to it, I mean, I can really accomplish something that I really could never think I could possibly do, a couple days or weeks or months or years ago. So definitely just have a positive attitude and have self-confidence that you really can do anything that you set your mind to. I mean, I'm telling you, 2 years ago, I honestly wouldn't even think I'd be half as, successful as I am, even though it's a very, very small success. It's definitely very, very humbling to get to do what I get to do every single day.
And I'm a firm believer that if you really, really have it in your heart, you might not even know the first step of how to get to where you're going. But like a wise man said, 1,000-mile journey begins with the first step. So you're standing there and you take the first step and you have no clue what the next step's going to be. I'm a firm believer that if you hang in there, someone is going to come across your path.
Absolutely.
And
and you're totally right. I think that's what every young adult should hear. That there is somebody out there that will believe in you and see your talent and see what you can do. And they'll be that champion for you that will, help you to achieve your dream. And, fortunately, mine is within my family, but others, they don't have that support. So, just to let them know that there will be somebody out there for them that will see that passion within them and be able to help them, achieve their dreams in the near future.
Alexes, you are one fantastic young lady.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And your family is so cool. And you're so rooted and grounded. And you got your head on straight. And you know where you've come from, you know what you've done, you know how you got to where you are now and who helped you get there. There's nothing. I don't see anything that's going to stop you from going to where you want to go.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And it has been a pleasure. Before I let you go, I'll tell you this. We're gonna play These Boots Are Made for Walking. When I saw that, before I played any of your music, when I saw that, These Boots Are Made for Walking, I said, yeah, I haven't heard that song in years. Sometimes you don't want to hear them songs because then it tells you exactly how old you are. But then I shake that off because I'm still a kid. I don't want to grow up. Those grown-ups scare me. They're too serious. So I'll just stay the way that I am. But I'm so glad that you put this song in there. These boots are made for walking. I wish you the very best. Please stay in touch. My regards to your family. God bless you. And I hope everything you touch just blossoms and blooms.
Thank you so much. And definitely, keep in touch to the website also, because that's got all my future plans. I'm looking forward to do a new CD, and, I'm playing nationwide with my band. We're actually going to be playing at the Flood City Music Fest in Johnstown, Pennsylvania on August 3rd. And, in terms of boots, we're actually going to do where we got a choreographer coming in, and we're going to try to do a new dance for that. So I'm looking really I'm really excited and looking forward to, try something different and do a country twist on a dance. And we're going to film the video and, get it out, through YouTube and all sorts of things. And, we're looking forward, hopefully, to play at, we have, the Jazz Fest, which is, the big national festival down here. And got, French Quarter Fest and the Bayou Country Super Fest, which is the big, big, big country music fest down here where, major stars, we just had Lady Antebellum, Darius Rucker, Miranda Lambert, Zach Brown Band. They were all down here. So we're definitely looking forward to do that, and hopefully the Gulf Coast Jam with those votes. So, I would love, like I said, some more support for that. And, hopefully that's next on our schedule, our upcoming schedule. So look for us in Panama City if we get those votes.
All righty. In Johnstown, Pennsylvania, August 3rd, right?
Absolutely.
Do you know where it's at, where you're going to be performing at?
It's called the Flood City Music Festival, and the exact building and address is going to be on the website and on Reverb Nation, which is where I also keep to date all the performances that I will be having in the near future.
The reason I ask is I'm from Altoona, Pennsylvania, which is just down the hill from Johnstown.
Oh, that's awesome!
If you roll a stone down Route 22. It'll eventually end up in Altoona. So I grew up there. We lived there for a number of years. I've been down here on the Eastern Shore for 30 years now, and we were just back home a while ago. But if there is any way possible that we can make it up home on August 3rd, we'll be there.
Absolutely. Well, I would love to see you guys.
It's a small, small world, huh?
Absolutely.
Alexes, God bless you. Hopefully we'll see you August 3rd, and keep singing, girl.
Oh, thank you so much, and thanks for allowing me to be on here.
It's been a privilege.
Absolutely, and thank you to all the listeners that are on the station today.
And they'll listen because it's archived. They'll keep listening, and people will keep coming, so it'll never go away.
Absolutely.
Good night, Alexes.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now let me go back over here because everyone, well, almost everyone, maybe some of the young folks don't know it, but us old heads, remember Nancy Sinatra? Remember the white boots? You know what I mean? You remember. Everybody remembers. These boots are made for walking by a fine, fine young lady, Alexes Aiken.
All over you. You keep lying when you ought to be true then. And you keep losing when you ought to not bet. You keep saving when you ought to be changing. And what's right is right, but you ain't been right yet. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. You keep playing where you shouldn't be playing. You keep thinking that you'll never get burned. I just found me a brand new box of matches. Yeah. What he knows, you ain't had time to learn. These boots are made for walking. That's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Are you ready, boots? Start walking. These boots are boots are gonna walk over you. These boots are gonna walk all over you.
These boots are made for walking. No, that wasn't Nancy Sinatra. That was Alexes Aiken from New Orleans, Louisiana, and she was our guest tonight. If you know someone, friend, family, in-law, outlaw, someone, complete stranger even, that wasn't able to listen to the show live tonight, give them a call, tap them on the shoulder, send them an email, carrier pigeon, give the dog a note and tell him to deliver it to wherever it goes and so on and so forth. But get the word out and tell people, tune in to Alexes Aiken. 17 years old, rooted and grounded, has her head on straight, and has a tremendous family unit behind her and with her, and she's standing on solid ground. Go to her website. It is, Charlie, hand me that. Okay. Go to her website. It is Alexes, that's all, folks. AlexesAiken.com. That's AlexesAiken. Alexes, Alexes, Aiken, Aiken.com. And if you click on the events tab, I clicked on that, and there it is. Now, to you that's up there in them thar hills in Pennsylvania, relatives and friends and, all that stuff. Flood City Music Festival, August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in Johnstown. So, mark that down. And maybe we can get us a whole gang, and we'll just go on up there on August the 3rd, and we'll make us a night of it and have us a good time. And there are too many people that are going to be appearing in this thing to sit here and even announce it. But there's a whole bunch of them. And that's an Esplanade term, a whole bunch of them, which means there's going to be a whole bunch of them. And there's going to be a lot of them right there at the Flood City Music Festival, August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Back up there on them there hills, you know what I mean? Up in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. So we'll work on that. Travis, if you're listening, tell everybody to make plans, because we're going to try our best to get up there with you, and we'll ride up the hill to Johnstown. How's that, buddy? Hopefully. Now, where was I? Last night's show. I'm still vibrating from last night because Mr. Carl Davis, when he spoke to us about suicide prevention and the tragedies of suicide, he has went through it. His family has went through it, and he was courageous enough to write a book. Baderfield, Baderfield. Look up the history of Baderfield. It's called Baderfield. How he survived, or how the family survived a tragic death, which was his older brother. I'm still vibrating from that. And if you didn't listen to it last night live, or you didn't get a chance to go to it sometime today, please go. Just go to Spreaker.com. If you can't find it, just type in there at the search box, The George Esplanade Show. It'll pop right up. And it's the show before this one. I guess that's the best way I can explain it. But go there and listen to it. You can hear the man's heartbeat, and he has a passion, and he has a desire to help people that have went through what he went through. And he has a desire to help people, to prevent people from taking their own life. So go there, listen to it, get the book Baderfield by Carl David, and I know you'll be glad that you did. There is, what was I going to say? Tomorrow night, before I forget, because I have a tendency to forget. Ask anyone. What was I going to say? No, honest, I know. Tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, here on Spreaker.com. Tune in, and I'm going to try to say this man's last name. It's probably not right, but I'm going to try it. Pierre Wooler. Nah, I'm not going to try it because I can't even get it started. My tongue won't work right. Mr. Pierre. He's an international lawyer, and he'll be speaking to us from South Africa tomorrow night. And he's been so gracious because when we go on the air at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow evening, it will be like 12:30 a.m. Friday morning in South Africa. And he's been so gracious, and he'll be staying up late, and it'll still be early here. But he is going to bring us something that I don't know if I've ever heard much about it. Perhaps you have. But he's going to bring us the humorous side of the law. Now, he's an international lawyer, so he's been country to country and so on and so forth. He has written a book, The Law and Laughter, or it was Laughter and Law. Something along those lines. Look that up. I'll put it up on our show page tomorrow morning. And he is going to be sharing with us some of the hilarious things that took place in courtrooms, such as the man who testified when he was drunk, things that the judges say, things that these are actual happenings that he wrote about in detail, very descriptive, and it will bring a smile to your face, and perhaps you'll forget about your trials and your heartaches and your tribulations, even if it's but for a few moments. So join me tomorrow night as Mr. Pierre, and tomorrow night we'll find out what his last name is, because Espinlob can't say it, that's for sure. Mr. Pierre will be with us from South Africa tomorrow evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a lineup of guests. I can't describe it in words, but we have been so blessed for the people that we have had, for the people that we're having, and for the people that are waiting for me to get back to them with a date. And I'm doing my best, honest, I'm doing my best. If you can see my inbox with people that want to come on the show, and I want them on the show, I mean, I'm going to get it. I'll get back to you. I'll get you a date. I promise. I'm working on it. But we have been so blessed, and I mean that. We have been so blessed with the people that we've had, with the people that we're having, and the people that are coming on the show. From all walks of life, they have contributed to society in one way or another, whether it be by writing books, being in the military, singers, songwriters, lawyers, judges, the whole gamut. We have been blessed, and it's going to get gooder and gooder. We're trying to, and with so much that's going on, we're trying to have a show or several shows where we have several guests on at the same time, which we're capable of doing, and getting into some real good debates. But unlike the television and other radio shows, if there's something that has always grated across me 6 ways from last Tuesday, it's when everybody starts to get bent out of shape and everybody starts talking. It's yang, 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 yak, yak, yak. There'll be none of that because we've got the mute button. You know what I'm saying? And so we want a reasonable, civil debate and one person talking at a time so the audience can understand what's going on. So we're working on that. Don't forget, on June 20th, Michael Callahan, we showcased his music the other night. He will be with us. That's a Thursday night, June 20th. He'll be live with us, Michael Callahan. And you can go back and listen to the other night's show and listen to his music. On top of that, on June 13th, 14th, and 15th, let me make sure here. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di. Where did it go? Here it is. on June 13th, 14th, and 15th. We will be taking the show on the road, and we will be at Tall Pines, Virginia. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. We have no idea what's going to happen. Trust me, you know that. June 13th, 14th, and 15th will be in Tall Pines, Virginia. But I'll guarantee you one thing. It'll be interesting, and I'll guarantee you something else. We might not know exactly what's going to take place, but I will guarantee you something is going to take place. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexes Aiken. I Want It All, and this is the extended dance track that she was talking about.
Track line, so much to do in one lifetime. Not a girl for compromise and wears and whys and living life, so I'm living it all. I'm giving it all.
I
want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it
They are getting it done here at the radio studio. Some bare feet, foot, what is it? Some without shoes, some with shoes, some with one shoe on, one shoe off, some with different colored socks. It don't matter. I mean, man, you're here to have a good time. Let your hair down, just be yourself and express yourself. And nobody else cares. They just want you to have fun. So they are tapping their feet, snapping their finger, bobbing their head. And when you do those three things, you can't help but shake your booty. That's just the way it goes down. Alexes Aiken, my oh my, the girl can flat out sing. Go to her website, Alexes, that's spelled Alexes, Aiken, Aiken, alexesaiken.com. And you can get her CD at CD Baby, Amazon, iTunes, just about anywhere. So go to her website, check everything out. She's got a fantastic website, very interesting. You can read all about her. You can see the events that's going to take place, where she'll be, and you can read about her dreams, her aspirations, and where she's going. And she mentions her family, and that is all so important to me. Wow. It's been a good one. It's been a good one. I was going to tell you something, and yep, like every single night, I forget what it was. But you got to admit, I'm consistent. I'm just saying, I'm consistent. I don't forget something every now and then. I forget at least one thing every night. So give me credit. I repeat, I am consistent. Yeah? All right. Okay. All right. Charlie said he wants to play a song by Anthony Chappelle. Took you long enough, Charlie.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the tree, younger than the mountain, growing like a breeze. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country road, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty shade of moonshine, teardrop in your eye. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country road, I hear her voice in the morning as she calls me. Radio reminds me of my home not far away. And driving down the road I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country road, country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country road, take me home down country road. Take me home down country road.
Charlie said that he just had to play that, and that was very nice, Charlie. Right. Oh, my goodness. Hey, listen, I want to thank all of you, all of our listeners from around the world. It just blows me away. Sunday morning when we were on the air, my friend Sam O from down in Daytona, Florida, was in the chat room, and lo and behold, another fellow came in, Fernando, and I'm not going to try to say his last name because I'll mess it up. But he was from Brazil. First time listener. And, you know, Fernando and other listeners from other parts of the world have sent me emails, and you have said such kind things, such nice things, and I appreciate that. And many, many of our guests have sent me emails complimenting me and thankful that Dave was on the show and so on and so forth. Listen, I appreciate those compliments because I know they're from the heart. But my main objective here on the George Espinlove Show is to lift you up. Whatever your mission is, as I said when Alexes was on, whatever your mission is, whatever your platform is, whatever it is, your passion, your heartbeat, my goal, my purpose of being on the air is to lift you up so we can expose you to the world and let the world hear what you have to say, the song you have to sing, the announcement that you have to make. Whatever it might be, that's our mission. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you so very, very much. I cherish them. We take them and we put them in a special place so maybe someday when I'm gone, the grandkids can look at them and read them and say, Pop, he was all right. They know he's all right anyhow. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure tonight to have Alexes Aiken with us from down in New Orleans, Louisiana. The girl can just sing. That's all there is to it. The girl can sing. Go to Alexes. It's spelled Alexes, Aiken, AIKEN.com. That's her website. And you can purchase her CD at CD Baby, Amazon, iTunes. But go to her website, check everything out, see where she's going to be, see what she's going to do. She's an incredible 17-year young woman. I don't like to say 17 years old. She's a 17-year young woman that is incredible. And I really was impressed with the way that she talked about her family. And ladies and gentlemen, remember, family and friends, family and friends, family and friends. When the going gets tough and the valley gets deep and the storm clouds roll in and the thunder rolls and the lightning flashes, when you look around, that's who's going to be standing beside you. Family and friends. And please, don't ever take them for granted. Don't ever think that they're not important, because they're the most important elements in your life. Cherish them. Tell them that you love them. Tell them that you care. And you'll see it's true what I'm saying. Until tomorrow night, everybody, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Spreaker.com. Tune in as Mr. Pierre from South Africa will be with us. Now listen, there's a whole lot of love that comes to you from the Funny Farm. If it's nighttime where you're at, you have a great night. If it's already tomorrow, like daytime where you are, then you have a fantastic day. But wherever you are, whatever it is, till tomorrow night, same time, same station, this is George Espinlove challenging you. Be kind one to another. Don't take no wooden nickels now. Stay safe. Good night, everybody.